What's up guys, my name is Naam. So in today's video, I'm going to talk all about the upcoming stimulus package. So now let's get into the information of what we can expect on the next coronavirus relief bill. The information here will mainly be about stimulus checks and unemployment benefits because I feel like these two topics are what affect most Americans right now on a personal level. There are other components of the upcoming package, but I feel like these are the two that most people care about. So first off, let's talk about the extra $1,200 check. So this is the economic impact relief payment that most people received a few months ago if you qualified. Since this number is still to be determined, there has been numerous individuals that stated that there will be another $1,200 check. On Sunday, July 26, Larry Kudlow, which is the White House economic advisor, he reported that Americans will receive another $1,200 check, which can be expected on the Republicans' proposal for the next coronavirus relief bill. Another source, Steven Mnuchin, which is the Treasury Secretary, he reported that individuals will receive the same amount that they did last time. He said that the proposal concerning the stimulus checks would be identical to the last one. This means that it will be another one-time stimulus check up to $1,200 for each individual. There are also earning requirements, so if individuals who are earning less than $75,000 or $150,000 for married or joint filers, they would receive the whole $1,200 check or $2,400 for married or joint couples. Also, the first time around, stimulus checks phase out by $5 for every $100 of adjusted gross income above these income limits. $99,000 for individuals and $198,000 for married or joint filers. So it is pretty safe to say that if you receive a stimulus check last time around, you would most likely receive the same amount this time around. But again, the total amount is still yet to be determined. You can also find a summary of the Republicans' draft proposal for more stimulus aid on the New York Times website. To be completely honest, when I was reviewing this draft, it kind of looked like a Google Docs that somebody just put together. I'm not really 100% sure how official this is, but the New York Times is a pretty reputable source. So whenever you look at this document, under the stimulus payments section, it said that these will be included, but the amount of the payments and eligibility criteria is still yet to be determined. But there has been some pushback from GOP senators that wanted to extend more stimulus checks to more Americans that were excluded during the previous package. Two senators, Marco Rubio and Tom Tillis, they wanted to ensure that U.S. citizens that are married to foreign nationals without a social security number will receive the same $1,200 direct payment that tens of thousands of other Americans received earlier this year. So during the previous stimulus package, any individuals who fall under this criteria were excluded. Mark Rubio, he said that no American should be denied a federal aid just due to the fact that they were married to someone who's not a U.S. citizen. So this is some sort of a variation to the Democratic proposal where it would send stimulus checks to all taxpayers, including individuals who had ITINs. So what ITINs are, it allows individuals who are foreign nationals or people who are not eligible for Social Security to pay the taxes. So this is what we know on the Republican side. But on the Democrat side, the HEROES Act was a bill that was passed by the House of Representatives, but it was shot down by the Republicans. So in this bill, it included a $1,200 stimulus check and also a $1,200 check for each dependent up to a maximum of 3 dependents. So this just means that anyone who is married or joint filer and they have 3 dependent children, they can essentially receive up to $6,000 of economic impact payments. But again, this was just a bill that the Democrats passed, but there has not been any movement ever since. So let me give you guys a quick rundown of how bills actually become law. So first, it starts off as a bill, then the House and the Senate, they'll start debating and make any changes if needed, and if they agree on the proposal, then it passes up to the president. So from there, the president would either have to agree or disagree with that bill. And if the president agrees on that bill, then they can sign it and approve it, then it becomes law. Again, this is a very simplified version of how a bill becomes law. Alright, so now let's move on to the next topic, which is the extra $600 a week unemployment benefit. So previously, this benefit was known as the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation Program. So for anyone who was unemployed previously during late March or late July, if they qualify for at least $1 of unemployment benefits, they will receive an extra $600. As many of us probably have heard, July 25th was the last date that most states were accepting certifications to receive this extra $600. So according to the Republicans' next relief package, they said that there will be some type of extension of enhanced benefits, but most likely not the extra $600. They also said that there will be some transitional period where there will just be a flat amount of abuse of unemployment benefits. So after that, there will be a new policy that better aligns with an individual's lost income, possibly by multiplying a person's state's benefit, but it will cap out at 100% of their income. But on the other side, the Democrats already did propose on the HEROES Act that it did want to extend the extra $600 a week until January 31st of 2021. The majority of Senate Republicans, they don't support the extra $600 a week because they think that it's too high of an incentive for individuals to return back to work. Steven Mnuchin, which is the Treasury Secretary, he said that the unemployment benefits could be capped out at approximately 70% of a person's income, which could imply that it would be closer to $200 a week of unemployment benefits. In addition to that, the White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow, he argued that the $600 a week is hurting small businesses from getting back their workers. So for him, he likes the idea of ending the $600 a week unemployment benefit, and he also supports a plan of 70% of an individual's wages. The thing about capping unemployment wages is that it could be a complicated system to have set up. So for any individual who's already approved for state unemployment benefits, in most cases, the state unemployment benefits will give you a replacement of anywhere between 50 to 60% of your income. So for example, if you made $40,000 in the state of New York and you were working 50 weeks out of the year, essentially you would make around $800 per week. So whenever I plug in these numbers to determine your eligibility and how much you would get paid on their website, it comes out to be around $384 per week. So that right there is already a little bit less than 50% of someone's income that they're already taking home regularly. So for someone who's making around $800 per week, 80% of that income would be roughly around $560. So if you were to minus $384, which is their unemployment benefit, this leaves you $174. So this is actually pretty darn close to what many GOP senators are thinking about, which is an additional $200 boost. But there has been many research studies that show that individuals who are making less than $40,000 a year are the ones that are getting hit hardest by this whole pandemic. So in many cases, depending on the state that they live in, if they were to collect regular state unemployment benefits, it would be around 50% already. In a previous video, I mentioned that there was a researcher from the National Employment Law Project that said that if you were to change it $600 a week, which either is an amount less than $600 or $200 or more, it shouldn't take more than a couple of weeks for it to reach the individuals. But he said that if you were to change the percent amount to a portion of an individual's income, it could possibly take months because the states would have to redo everything on how benefits are determined, and it would be massively complicated. So here are my thoughts on the whole situation. I would like to think that if there were any extended boost to unemployment benefits were to happen, it would most likely be a set amount first, whether it is $200 or somewhere in between $600. This flat amount will be present in the meantime for at least a few months until the states can have a system that can determine an individual's income. So once the state has this up and running, then they would pay them accordingly, so they would not exceed 70 to 100% of a person's wages. But even if the states were able to update their out-of-date unemployment systems to a system where it would recognize an individual's income, so it will be capped at 100%, you can probably expect that the boost to unemployment benefits will probably go to the end of this year. Since Congress is back in session, there's going to be a whole lot of debate on what the next stimulus package will look like, so subscribe so you don't miss out on any other future videos, and if you want to hang out with me some more, check out my videos over here.